So like this. So based on the insoluble hydroxide which is formed, so it will have some special color characteristic color. So I mean, so based on this insoluble hydroxide form, based on the color, we can easily identify what is the cation present in that salt, in that soluble salt. So for example, take some salts like magnesium nitrate, zinc sulfate, iron sulfate, iron chloride, lead nitrate, copper sulfate. So these are the salts given in the textbook. We will learn about these salts. See, don't take the salt of sodium or potassium. Okay, except salt of sodium or salt of potassium cations. So we may take any other salts. So these salts, so were given in the textbook. We will learn about these salts now. Magnesium nitrate. This salt contains magnesium ion, Mg plus 2 ion, Mg2, magnesium 2. Zinc sulfate contains Zn plus 2 ion. Iron sulfate contains Fe plus 2 ion. This called as ferrous sulfate. Fe plus 2 is present. Ferrous ion. Ferric chloride, FeCl3, contains ferric ion. Lead nitrate, it contains lead plus 2 ion. Copper sulfate contains Cu plus 2 ion. Okay. So now we will learn how to identify the given ion based on the color formed. So how to find? So just let us do some experiment. See, first take now let us take this salt and we will do the experiment. See, magnesium nitrate, it is mixed with sodium hydroxide solution, NaOH solution. So this aqueous solution of magnesium nitrate is mixed with aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide. So now this solution contains both sodium hydroxide, okay, and magnesium nitrate. Both sodium hydroxide and magnesium nitrate. So when these two solutions are mixed, so within no time what happens? The reaction takes place between these two and it forms sodium nitrate, okay, and magnesium hydroxide. It's an insoluble salt. So due to the reaction between these two, immediately what happens? An insoluble salt is developed. An insoluble salt is formed in the test tube. Okay, now it is called as a precipitate. It's a precipitate. Precipitate is formed due to the reaction between these two. Okay, now what is precipitate? What's the meaning of precipitate? Precipitate means insoluble solid which is formed during a chemical reaction is said to be precipitate. So what is the precipitate here in this solution? Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is a precipitate. What is the color of this precipitate? The color of this precipitate is fine milky white. So it is milky white precipitate. Milky white precipitate is formed. Okay. So now after the formation of this insoluble precipitate, now what we have to do? We have to add some more amount of NaOH. Excess amount of NaOH. We have to add excess amount of NaOH. When excess amount of NaOH is added into this one, what happens? Immediately this precipitate, which is milky white precipitate, it immediately it is insoluble. When NaOH is added to this one, so still that precipitate, it remains as insoluble substance only. So even with even with even with excess NaOH also, the even with addition of excess NaOH also, the precipitate remains insoluble. Okay, so from this it is understood that that the so formed precipitate is magnesium hydroxide. So finally we can come to a conclusion. So here based on the color, so here it is important. So color is important. So based on the color, so as it is a milky white precipitate, and this precipitate, it is still remained insoluble only even after addition of excess amount of sodium hydroxide into this one, that that precipitate remains insoluble. So from this it is understood that the precipitate is nothing but magnesium hydroxide, and the cation present in this is a soluble salt, no, and the soluble salt which is present in the ion which is present in the soluble salt is magnesium ion. So based on this experiment, we can easily say that the ion which is present in that soluble salt is magnesium ion. So like this we can easily identify. Suppose let us take this salt. These are all soluble salts. So now let us take this salt and this salt solution. So now which salt solution? Zinc sulfate salt solution will take now. Zinc sulfate salt solution. Okay, now what we are adding in here? What we are mixing? So we are mixing these two solutions. Zinc sulfate solution. When these two solutions are mixed, what happens? Reaction takes place. Reaction takes place between these two, and what are formed in this reaction? So sodium will combine with sulfate, sodium sulfate. Okay, sodium sulfate, and zinc hydroxide will form. Zinc hydroxide. Even this zinc hydroxide is also it is also a precipitate. Okay. Now what happens? The specialty of this zinc hydroxide is it is a white gelatinous precipitate. What is the color of this zinc hydroxide? So here the precipitate formed in this case is zinc hydroxide. Zinc hydroxide precipitate. When these two solutions are added, when they are mixed, the reaction takes place between these two. Due to the reaction between these two, an insoluble substance is formed. The insoluble substance is called as precipitate. So which precipitate it is? Zinc hydroxide. Okay, it is denoted by downward arrow. So it is a white gelatinous. It is also white but gelatinous. Gelatinous means sticky. White gelatinous. So if a white gelatinous precipitate is formed, okay, white gelatin or white gelatinous precipitate is formed. So now what happens? So now this precipitate is formed. Now here also, in this case also, after the formation of this precipitate, again add excess amount of sodium hydroxide. So already sodium hydroxide is present. So due to the reaction between these two, this precipitate is formed. Now you add some more amount of excess amount of sodium hydroxide. What happens? So this is sodium hydroxide. In this case, so it will dissolve this precipitate. So now due to the addition of sodium hydroxide, now what happens? This precipitate will dissolve. This precipitate will dissolve and form a new substance. So that means, so here the zinc hydroxide which has obtained as precipitate initially, okay, now it will react with the sodium hydroxide which is added excess amounts. So which is added with the excess amount of sodium hydroxide. So now this will dissolve. This precipitate will dissolve in excess amount of sodium hydroxide. Now there is no precipitate after addition of excess amount of sodium hydroxide into this one. So the precipitate has dissolved. So now what is this one? This has become soluble precipitate in sodium hydroxide. Normally only in sodium hydroxide, it is not soluble in water actually. So it is soluble in sodium hydroxide. So when excess amount of sodium hydroxide is added, what happened? That precipitate has dissolved. So now the precipitate will dissolve and form a new substance known as sodium zincate. It will convert into sodium zincate. Okay, so that means this substance is dissolved in excess amount of sodium hydroxide. So what is this one? This is soluble precipitate in sodium hydroxide. So here with excess NaOH the precipitate will dissolve. The precipitate will dissolve. Okay, and a chemical reaction takes place. To form sodium zincate and forms some water also. It is formed during this reaction. Okay, so now if this reaction takes place like this, that means with excess initially a insoluble hydroxide is formed. So what is the color of this one? It is a white gelatin. It's a white gelatinous substance. A white gelatin is formed, and if that white gelatin is dissolved in excess amount of NaOH. When excess amount of NaOH is added, it dissolves and undergoes some chemical reaction with that excess amount of NaOH. So finally forms Na2ZnO2. So from this it is understood. So by all these observations, we can easily understood that the salt which we have taken initially, it's a zinc sulfate salt. Okay, and the ion which is present in that zinc sulfate salt is, so that salt, this salt is made up of zinc ion, Zn+2 ion. So in this way we can easily identify the particular cation present in the soluble salt. So based on what? Based on the color of the hydroxide formed and also with the excess of NaOH, if it is soluble or insoluble. So based on these two things, based on the color of the hydroxide which is formed and also whether it is soluble or insoluble in NaOH, excess NaOH. So based on these two things, we can identify the given cation present in that soluble salt. Okay, now let us take this iron sulfate. Okay, iron sulfate. So what happens if you take iron sulfate in this reaction? If you take iron sulfate, FeSO4 iron sulfate. If you take iron sulfate solution, FeSO4 aqueous solution. AQ means solution. So now this NaOH and FeSO4 solution, these two are mixed. Immediately what happens? So due to the reaction between these two, so it forms FeSO4 and it forms ferrous hydroxide. Insoluble ferrous hydroxide. It is a precipitate. Okay. So what is the color of this precipitate? It is a dirty green precipitate. A dirty green. A dirty green precipitate is formed. Okay, FeOH taken twice. Dirty green precipitate is formed. Okay, dirty green. Now the new precipitate with a new substance. So dirty green precipitate is formed. Dirty green precipitate is formed. Now add excess amount of sodium hydroxide. So now a precipitate is formed due to these two. Due to the reaction between these two, an insoluble substance called precipitate. So ferrous hydroxide, dirty green precipitate is formed. Now after the formation of precipitate, okay, now add sodium hydroxide excess. Okay, so if you add sodium hydroxide excess amount of sodium hydroxide, now what happened? This sodium hydroxide, it cannot dissolve. even after addition of sodium hydroxide, excess amount of sodium hydroxide also, that precipitate remains still remains insoluble. The excess so with excess, in other words, the precipitate still remains insoluble. Okay, insoluble, and the color of that precipitate is dirty green only. So from this it is understood that means this further reaction, no further reaction. So that means still it remains insoluble. Still it remains insoluble. So from this it is understood. So the based on the color of the hydroxide formed, and also the and also whether it is soluble or insoluble with excess NaOH, so we can easily identify that the given salt it contains Fe plus 2 ion. So here if the insoluble hydroxide formed is dirty green, and if it is still if that insoluble hydroxide, if it is not able to dissolve in excess amount of NaOH, then from this we can easily conclude that the given salt, or else the taken salt, it is nothing but it contains Fe plus 2 ions. Okay, so when Fe plus 2 ions are present in the salt, now this will convert into dirty green ferrous hydroxide, and this ferrous hydroxide is insoluble. Right. Suppose now take this one, ferric chloride. So now what we have to add, ferric chloride solution, FeCl3 solution, FeCl3 solution. So remember, so what we have taken in this test tube now, so always use fresh test tube for each and every case we have to use a fresh test tube. So now in this fresh test tube, add sodium hydroxide solution and ferric chloride solution. Which solution it is? FeCl3 solution, FeCl3 aqueous, FeCl3 ferric chloride solution. So what happens? So it forms sodium chloride. It forms sodium chloride. It is aqueous. Okay. So all these are soluble. Only these are insoluble. So now it forms, as it is ferric ion, so it contains 3 OH. So the color of this one will be different. FeOH taken thrice now. Before that it was FeOH taken twice. Now if it is Fe, here it is FeOH taken thrice. So what is the color of this FeOH taken thrice? It is a reddish brown color precipitate. Reddish brown precipitate is formed, insoluble. So now here the precipitate, when these two are mixed, so ferric chloride, ferric, not ferrous, ferric chloride and sodium hydroxide is when these two are added, mixed, so reaction takes place between these two and finally forms a precipitate. And this precipitate is what? This precipitate is ferric hydroxide, FeOH taken thrice. So now the color of this precipitate is what color? So this precipitate, it appears to be reddish brown. It appears as reddish brown precipitate. So reddish brown precipitate is formed. Okay. Now this reddish brown precipitate, add excess amount of NaOH. So what happened? This excess amount of NaOH, what happened? It does not make this precipitate to dissolve. That means even ferric hydroxide also, it is insoluble. So finally, so based on the color and based on the whether it is soluble or insoluble, so finally we can say that the given salt, it contains a ferric ion. That means this salt is having ferric ion. So like this, to identify the particular cation present in a soluble salt, so we can go with these reactions. Okay. So these chemical reactions will help us to identify which ion is present in the given soluble salt. Okay, right. Now let us learn let us do the same experiment with lead nitrate. Lead nitrate. Okay. So now take a lead nitrate solution. Lead nitrate. It is also soluble salt. So lead nitrate aqueous solution of lead nitrate. Now, so always take fresh test tube. The test tube should be fresh. Now into this, now add freshly. Add what? Now mixture of two solutions. What are the sodium hydroxide solution and lead nitrate solution? Lead nitrate solution. Now what happens? Here also these two react with each other to form an insoluble precipitate. An insoluble precipitate is formed. So what is the insoluble precipitate? It is lead hydroxide. It is lead hydroxide. PbOH taken twice. Lead hydroxide, and the color of this lead hydroxide, it is a chalky white. It's a chalky white. Chalky white means how white the chalk piece, the piece of chalk. So that it looks like a chalk piece powder like a thing. Okay, but insoluble. Okay, insoluble chalky white precipitate is formed. Okay, so what is that? Due to the reaction. So what are the products formed? An insoluble precipitate, lead hydroxide. Okay, which is insoluble. That means downward arrow precipitate. So what color of the precipitate will be? So chalky white. Chalky white PPT. PPT means precipitate. And what is the other substance formed? Sodium nitrate, NaNO3. So it is soluble salt. So now this is chalky white precipitate. Okay, now this chalky white precipitate is formed. Now what we have to do again? We have to add sodium hydroxide excess into this one. Now in this case, with excess amount of sodium hydroxide, the precipitate will dissolve. Here the precipitate will dissolve. Precipitate will dissolve. Okay, dissolve and form sodium plumbate. Sodium plumbate. It forms sodium plumbate. Na2PbO2. Okay, so that means, so this white chalky white precipitate, so it is soluble when excess amount of sodium hydroxide is added to this. So in this excess amount of sodium hydroxide, this chalky white precipitate, okay, it is soluble. So from this it is understood that during initially chalky white precipitate is formed. Okay, when the soluble salt is made to react with sodium hydroxide solution, so chalky white precipitate is formed, and this chalky white precipitate, it is dissolved in excess amount of sodium hydroxide. Okay, finally from this we can easily identify that the given soluble salt contains lead 2 ion, Pb plus 2 ion. So like this we can identify. So now take copper sulfate instead of lead nitrate. Now change the solution. Which solution? Copper sulfate aqueous solution. Okay, now copper sulfate aqueous solution. Copper sulfate solution. Even with these two also, again these two react with each other to form an insoluble salt. So what is the insoluble salt now? It is insoluble hydroxide. So it is copper hydroxide. Insoluble hydroxide is it's a copper hydroxide. It's a copper hydroxide. So what is the other substance form? So it is a soluble salt solution, Na2SO4. Na2SO4 salt solution of sodium sulfate is formed. It's a aqueous solution soluble. Okay, sodium sulfate, salt solution of sodium sulfate is formed. Right. Now, after the formation of this copper hydroxide precipitate. So what is the color of this one? Copper hydroxide precipitate is a pale blue color precipitate. It's a pale blue. It's a pale blue. Pale blue means light blue. Okay, a light blue color. A light blue color precipitate is formed during this reaction. Now, when this precipitate, this is blue color precipitate now. So when excess amount of sodium hydroxide is added to this one, what happens? So the precipitate, it still remain insoluble. Okay, the precipitate still remain insoluble. The precipitate still remain insoluble. So from this it is understood that that means the given salt, the given soluble salt. So as it is forming pale blue precipitate, okay, and this pale blue precipitate is unable to dissolve in excess amount of sodium hydroxide. So finally we can conclude that the given salt it is nothing but it contains copper plus 2 ion. Copper plus 2 ion. So in this way you can easily identify the given salt and the given cation present in that soluble salt based on the insoluble hydroxide which is formed during the reaction. Okay, even with excess amount of NaOH also, if the some precipitates are soluble and some precipitates are insoluble. So what are the now we will learn about which precipitates are soluble and which precipitates are insoluble in excess amount of NaOH. In excess amount of NaOH, so which are insoluble? Insoluble precipitates are what, and soluble precipitates are what? Soluble precipitate are what? So here the soluble precipitates are zinc hydroxide, a white gelatinous precipitate, and even lead, the lead hydroxide which is a chalky white color. Okay, these two are soluble precipitates in excess NaOH, and the insoluble precipitates are all this. So magnesium hydroxide is insoluble. It is a fine milky white precipitate. Okay, and zinc hydroxide is also, it is an insoluble precipitate. Even ferrous hydroxide, okay, even ferric hydroxide also. So these are what? These are all insoluble precipitates. And even copper hydroxide, which is a pale blue color, copper hydroxide. So these are all insoluble precipitates in excess NaOH. So what is the color of this one? It's a fine milky white. This is white gelatinous. This is a dirty green precipitate, and this is reddish brown precipitate, and this is a pale blue precipitate. So these are all precipitates. They are insoluble in excess amount of NaOH. So in excess NaOH, insoluble precipitates are these, and in excess NaOH, soluble precipitates are these. Okay, so like this, we have discussed about the soluble salt solution how it reacts with the sodium hydroxide solution. Now we will discuss about the soluble salt solution with the ammonium hydroxide solution. Right. The same substances we will take now. And find out how they react with the ammonium hydroxide now. So take a test tube. Now we will learn with magnesium nitrate and ammonium hydroxide. So magnesium nitrate solution, FS, and ammonium hydroxide hydroxide. This is also aqueous solution. So what happens when these two are mixed? So now what we have mixed? So now this is a solution of So now which the solution of ammonium hydroxide, and also what? And also magnesium nitrate. So now these two solutions are mixed. When these two solutions are mixed, what happens? When these two solutions are mixed, immediately reaction takes place between these two and forms ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate, it's a soluble salt solution, aqueous, and magnesium hydroxide, which is a precipitate, insoluble hydroxide is formed. So already we know the color of magnesium hydroxide. What is the color of magnesium hydroxide? It's a fine milky white precipitate. So now due to the reaction between these two, what happens? So this one plus this one react with each other. So now what happens? New substances are formed in this test tube. New substances are formed. So what is the new substance? Ammonium hydroxide. So now this solution is now the solution has become ammonium hydroxide solution, and what is left over in that solution? Magnesium hydroxide. This is what? This is now magnesium hydroxide, insoluble precipitate. It is insoluble precipitate is formed. Insoluble precipitate, PPT means precipitate is formed. Okay, so what is that precipitate here? Precipitate is magnesium hydroxide. So its color is fine milky white precipitate. Fine milky white precipitate is formed. Okay, fine milky white its color. Now what we have to do? Now we have to add excess amount of ammonium hydroxide. We have to add excess ammonium hydroxide now. So in the other case, in the previous case, we have added excess sodium hydroxide. Now we have to add here ammonium hydroxide. In the previous case, we have taken these two substances. Sorry, sodium hydroxide and magnesium nitrate in our previous case. Now we are taking ammonium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. So when a precipitate is formed, now you take this excess amount of ammonium hydroxide. So when excess amount of ammonium hydroxide is added to this one, so the precipitate still it remains insoluble. So with excess ammonium hydroxide, with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide solution, okay, what happens? The precipitate still remain insoluble. So from this it is understood that as the precipitate formed it is milky white precipitate, fine milky white precipitate, and that precipitate is still remain insoluble in excess amount of NaOH. Hence we can easily come to an understanding that the given salt, it is nothing but magnesium salt, and the cation present in this salt will be Mg+2. So like this, even with the help of sodium hydroxide solution also, we can easily find out the given cation present in the soluble salt. So even the same here also, the process is same, but the chemical we have used here is ammonium hydroxide instead of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so and the excess solvent we have added is ammonium hydroxide only again. Okay, so in that previous case we have used excess ammonium hydroxide, but in this case we have used excess ammonium hydroxide. In the previous case we have used excess sodium hydroxide. So now here excess ammonium hydroxide we have used. Now we will do the same thing with the help of zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, ZnSO4 with ammonium hydroxide. So it forms what? Ammonium sulfate is formed now. Ammonium sulfate is a soluble salt, aqueous solution, and it forms zinc hydroxide. Zinc hydroxide. It is a white gelatinous precipitate. Already we learned the color of zinc hydroxide is white gelatinous. White gelatinous precipitate is formed. So now what we have added? Zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate, ZnSO4 solution. Here also a precipitate is formed when these two react with each other. A insoluble precipitate is formed. So what is that insoluble precipitate? It is zinc hydroxide. So it is a white gelatinous precipitate. White gelatinous or else white gelatin is formed. So now after the formation of white gelatinous precipitate, now add excess amount of NaOH to this solution. So what happens now in this case? So with excess amount of NaOH solution to the solution, the precipitate now this white gelatinous precipitate will dissolve. Okay, the precipitate will dissolve in the excess amount of will dissolve in excess amount of will dissolve to form a colorless solution, a colorless solution. So from this it is understood, as the precipitate formed is white gelatinous precipitate, and this precipitate is soluble in excess amount of ammonium hydroxide. So from this it is understood that the given salt or the given soluble salt is related to zinc, and the ion which is present in that soluble salt is zinc ion. So from this it is easily understood. Okay, so by this process we can identify the given salt. Suppose if you take iron sulfate, ferrous sulfate, so instead of zinc sulfate, if you take ferrous sulfate, so it forms ammonium hydroxide, and ferrous hydroxide it forms FeOH taken twice. Now the color of this ferrous hydroxide already we have seen, it's a dirty green. It's a dirty green precipitate is formed. It's a dirty green precipitate. Dirty green precipitate is formed. If you take a FeSO4 solution, if you take a FeSO4 solution, so insoluble precipitate, even in this case also insoluble precipitate is formed. So what is that one? Ferrous hydroxide. It's a dirty green precipitate. So it is a dirty green precipitate. So now it is, if you use excess ammonium hydroxide, it is insoluble. So now with excess NaOH solution, the precipitate remains insoluble. The precipitate remain insoluble only. The precipitate still remain insoluble. So from this it is understood, as the insoluble hydroxide formed is dirty green, and it is still remain insoluble in excess ammonium hydroxide. So from this it is understood, the given salt, it contains ferrous ion, Fe+2 ion. So like this. with Fe plus 3. That means if you take ferric chloride, FeCl3, so now it forms ammonium chloride. It forms ammonium chloride, which is a soluble salt, aqueous. Okay, plus ammonium ferric hydroxide. Here ferric FeO is taken thrice. Okay, so now what is the color of this one? Already we have seen the color of this one is reddish brown precipitate. Okay, it is reddish brown. Okay, it's a reddish brown precipitate, insoluble. It's a reddish brown precipitate. So that means what we have added? So we have added ferric chloride now. Ferric chloride solution, FeCl3 solution. Okay, so insoluble salt precipitate is formed. So now it is what? Ferric hydroxide. The color of this one is reddish brown. It is reddish brown. So that means the precipitate which is formed here, insoluble substance which is formed is, it is reddish brown color. Now after the formation of this precipitate, now add excess amount of NaOH to this, ammonium hydroxide. Excess amount of ammonium hydroxide is added to this one. What happens with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide? So the precipitate still remain insoluble. So still it remains as a reddish brown color precipitate only. So this precipitate is not soluble. Even after addition of excess amount of ammonium hydroxide also, the precipitate is not soluble. So from this it is understood that the precipitate formed is reddish brown color precipitate, and it is still remain insoluble. From this it is understood that the given salt contains a ferric ion, Fe plus 3 ion. Fe plus 3 ion. So like this we can easily identify. Now take this one with the lead nitrate. With the lead nitrate solution, it forms ammonium nitrate. It forms ammonium nitrate, a soluble salt, and lead hydroxide. Lead hydroxide. What is the color of lead hydroxide? It's an insoluble hydroxide. So it is a chalky white. Already we have seen. It's a chalky white. A chalky white precipitate is formed. A chalky white precipitate is formed. So from this, it is understood that, here the substance we used is, the soluble salt is, the soluble salt solution is lead nitrate, and the insoluble precipitate is formed due to the reaction between these two. These two will react to form insoluble precipitate, and it is what? It is a lead hydroxide, EbOH taken twice, and the color of this one is a chalky white. Now this chalky white precipitate which is formed here, even this after the formation of this chalky white precipitate, if you add excess amount of ammonium hydroxide into this one, what happens? Even with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide solution, the precipitate still remain insoluble. So the precipitate still remains insoluble only. It does not dissolve. So from this it is understood that the precipitate formed is chalky white precipitate, and it is still remain insoluble with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide. So we can easily identify, we can easily come to a conclusion that, so the the given soluble salt contains lead ions, Pb plus 2 ions. Now we will take this soluble salt, copper sulfate. Okay, now change the salt, take a fresh test tube, and add a copper sulfate aqueous solution to this one. So what solution now we have to take? So copper sulfate aqueous solution of copper sulfate and ammonium hydroxide solutions we have taken now. So reaction takes place between these two, and again here also insoluble precipitate is formed. Okay, so what is the insoluble precipitate here? It is a copper hydroxide. It is a copper hydroxide. So what precipitate is? Copper hydroxide. The color of copper hydroxide precipitate is, it is a pale blue. Already we have seen. It's a pale blue precipitate. It's a pale blue precipitate. So what is formed along with this? It forms ammonium sulfate, aqueous solution of ammonium sulfate is formed. So what is this one? This is the solution. The solution is ammonium sulfate. In this case, in this reaction, the solution is ammonium sulfate, but the insoluble substance, the precipitate is copper hydroxide, and the color of this one is it is a pale blue or else light blue in color. Now, after the formation of this precipitate, if you add excess amount of sodium hydroxide, what happens? So with excess ammonium hydroxide, with excess ammonium hydroxide, excess amount of ammonium hydroxide solution, the precipitate. Now the precipitate is soluble. The precipitate is soluble. It is soluble. Now this precipitate will dissolve. Now the precipitate will dissolve in it. Now this solution. Now the solution. Now the precipitate is no more the precipitate with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide. Now the precipitate is no more, and the solution will turn into deep blue. Now the solution will turn into deep blue solution. Okay, so with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide solution, okay, the precipitate is soluble, and the solution becomes okay, deep blue color. Deep blue solution is formed. So from this it is understood that, so here the precipitate is formed. So when the given soluble salt is reacted with the ammonium hydroxide, a pale blue color precipitate is formed, and this pale blue color precipitate, okay, it is soluble in excess amount of ammonium hydroxide, and the solution becomes deep blue, and the solution now turns to deep blue. So first precipitate is formed, and after the and this precipitate it is dissolved when excess amount of ammonium hydroxide is added to this solution. The precipitate will dissolve, and finally the solution will turn to deep blue color. So from this it is understood that the given soluble salt, it contains copper ions. It contains Cu+2 ions. So like this, we can easily identify how the given salt behaves with a different amount of with sodium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide. So look here, in this case, so when excess amount of ammonium hydroxide is used, so which precipitates are soluble and which precipitates are insoluble? Now with the excess amount of ammonium hydroxide, with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide solution, okay, so here so how the precipitates are formed? The insoluble precipitates are, which precipitates are insoluble? Magnesium hydroxide is insoluble precipitate. Zinc soluble precipitates are what? Zinc hydroxide is a soluble precipitate. It's a white gelatinous precipitate, and this is fine milky white precipitate. but it is insoluble, but this one is soluble precipitate with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide solution. And take if ferrous hydroxide, it is also insoluble precipitate. Ferric hydroxide is also insoluble precipitate, and even lead hydroxide is also insoluble precipitate. Whereas copper hydroxide is a soluble precipitate with excess amount of ammonium hydroxide. So this precipitate will dissolve and form deep blue color solution. So like this the reactions and the identification of ions and the formation of different colored hydroxides. Okay, so during the reactions, so we have learnt all these things. So this is all about the chemical reactions of soluble salt solutions with sodium hydroxide solution and ammonium hydroxide solution. See, the same concept, it is given in the form of a table in the textbook. So after going through this video, so learn those two tables. So one table is related to sodium hydroxide and another table is related to ammonium hydroxides. So go through those two tables and become perfect in this concept. Okay. So in the next video, we will learn about the amphoteric nature of zinc and aluminium metals. Okay. Their oxides and even their hydroxides also we will learn. Okay. Right.